Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Doing good.
So, can you please tell me your name and which city and state you come from?
My name is Justin Noel, and I'm from San Jose, California.
Great, Justin. Thank you so much. So, tell me a little bit about how you feel about this whole thing. Almost a week is almost over.
It at times felt like it went slow, but overall it felt like it went really fast. I mean, met a lot of Iowans, had a lot of really good conversations, had a really awesome time with the Yang Gang here. Um, yeah, I mean, it was everything I hoped it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, what made you like? How? What is your Youngin story? Like, how did you become a Youngin?
Uh, Well, I told the story a few times while I was here, but I kind of double checked my facts to make sure I got it right. And I was looking at my Act Blue receipts to see when I first donated. And I thought that it had been a couple days after I donated to Bernie when he announced, but actually it ends up it was the same day. So I'm not sure exactly what it was that I found on that day that introduced me to Andrew Yang, but I know it was shortly after that that I watched the Joe Rogan interview, and that pretty well solidified my support. And I had set up the automatic recurring donations, and so the following month it automatically donated to Bernie again. I'm like, no, that's a mistake. Canceled it after that. Then all of my recurring donations went to Andrew Yang. Um, but yeah, he just sold me the moment I found out about him.
So, what are the main policy that sort of move you?
Definitely the Freedom Dividend spoke to me the most. That's probably pretty common, but for me in particular, the reason why it resonated so much with me is because I'm a small business owner. And one of the biggest struggles with starting my business and making that decision to start it is that I did have to fully commit. I had to quit my job, take my entire life savings, throw it into the business, and I did everything I could to prepare for it. But you never know; things could go wrong. And plan B was, if we didn't succeed, was to sell the house, which is it's not a good option. But if we had had the Freedom Dividend, I would have had basically this guarantee that I could pay my mortgage. If things didn't work out, we could still continue on and start over. I've been fortunate that we've been able to be open. My shop has been open for a couple of years now, and it's growing. Everything's going in the right direction, and hopefully in the not too distant future, we'll actually be making some good money. So.
That's great. So, what is your before you become a business owner? Like,
Yeah.
did you go to school to study certain things? Is it in the right kind of a subject?
So, I mean, a lot of what I do now is based off of skills that I taught myself. So, I have a computer repair shop, and I started helping people out and actually charging money for it back when I was in high school. And between when I started that in high school and when I finally, you know, opened my own business, it had been over 10 years. So I kind of accumulated a large client list in that time. But also in that time, I had worked for another kind of break fix computer repair company and a managed services company. And so that last company I was with, they had a contract with Airbus. And that ended up, I mean, it was a great experience, but it also ended up being the most stressful job that I had ever had because when I first got onto that project, they had about 20 employees that we were supporting. It was just basic stuff, just make sure the Wi-Fi works, make sure the printer works, that sort of thing. But in the next 18 months, they grew to over 300 people. And I was only able to bring one person onto my IT team, which fortunately was my best friend. But between the two of us, it was too much. And I knew I wanted to get out and I wanted to just do something different. And, my best friend and I, we got together and made the decision to start our own thing and pooled our resources together and start our own business. So,
Great.
yeah.
So, when you leave tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, what are you planning to do? What do you think is more important until the whole process?
Well, I mean, as soon as I get back to work, basically tomorrow, I have to get caught up with everything that I missed this week. I mean, I tried to tie up as many loose ends as I could before I got here, but I have to pretty much go 100% back into that. But, you know, I'll definitely be following things closely online and holding out hope that some of the people that I yanged here actually go out and caucus next month, and I really hope it made a difference. But the way I kind of justified even coming here in the first place, and, you know, because it was a huge interruption to, you know, for my business to come out here. The way I saw it is that if I didn't come out here and, you know, the campaign ends up taking a turn for the worse, you know, I feel like I could have done something, you know. At least, you know, no matter how things shake up, I know that I put in my all to help get it in the right direction. So,
Thank you. Thank you so much, Justin. Thank you.
thanks.
Bravo.